So Krishna was surprised. How have these impurities come upon Arjuna? After all, Arjuna was a member of the Kshatriya order. The Kshatriya's duty is to protect. Actually, the word Kshatriya is divided into two parts. One is Shat, which means hurt, and the other is Trayate, which means to give protection. So, as a Kshatriya, his duty was to give protection. So, Krishna was surprised that how have these impurities come upon you? They do not indicate that Arjuna, he's a man of learning. In other words, Arjuna was a very intelligent man. To be an eternal companion of the Lord is not a small achievement. So Krishna is pointing out to Arjuna that how have these impurities come upon you? They are not befitting to a man of knowledge. So Krishna is inducing Arjuna, do not give in to this impotence. Do not give up your duty, which is to engage in this battle. Again and again, Krishna is actually instructing Arjuna to engage in this battle. Now in this second chapter we see that for the first time Krishna is addressed the Bhagavad Gita states Bhagavan Uvacha. In the first chapter Krishna doesn't say anything. But in the second chapter it is said Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. That means the Supreme Lord speaks. So here we get a very important message. And the message is that there is a difference between the position of the Supreme Lord and the ordinary living entity. If, for example, Krishna and Arjuna are to be considered on the same level, then what is the special significance of this philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita? The Bhagavad Gita loses its significance if it is spoken by somebody who is equal in status to Arjuna. So, at the commencement of this chapter, it is established that Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. So today, of course, the word Bhagavan, as you and I know, has become very cheap, isn't it? Somebody can do a little bit of magic and he's accepted as Bhagavan. But Bhagavan actually, according to Parsimony, the father of Vyasadeva, is one who is in possession of 6 opulences to an unlimited degree. Aishwarasya samagrasya viryasha yashashashya jnana viragyava shaiva sanna bhaga itingina. That individual can be considered to be Bhagavan, who is in possession of the following 6 opulences. He must be the richest. He must be the strongest. He must be the most famous, the most beautiful, the most knowledgeable, and the most renowned. Now you may have a Mr. World who may be the most handsome, but it's not necessary that that person who is handsome is also the richest. And you may have somebody who is the richest man, but that doesn't necessarily follow that he's also the most knowledgeable, isn't it? So the Vedas explain that the word Bhagavan can be applied only to an individual who is in possession of all 6 opulences to an unlimited degree, all at the same time. So one reason why Arjuna is hesitating and engaging in this battle is because on the other side, they are very great soldiers who were like his teachers, like Bhisma and Drona, who are worthy of his worship. In today's society, the teachers don't care for the students and the students don't care for the teachers. But that is not as it existed thousands of years ago. The teachers were held in great reverence. So Arjuna was saying, Krishna, you're telling me to fight, but how can I fight? When on the other side, you have people like Bhisma and Drona on the other side. And Arjuna is saying that it's going to be better for me if I lived in this world just by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of those who are to be considered to be like my teachers. So in other words, Arjuna is not being attracted to the opportunity to claim his kingdom. No, he's not attracted to the worldly gain. So Arjuna presenting Krishna with a series of arguments as to why He should not engage in this battle when on the other side there are all these great soldiers for whom he has had great respect. So Arjuna is bewildered. And frankly, you and I both get bewildered at times, isn't it? Arjuna is bewildered, he doesn't know what to do. Should he conquer them? Or should he be conquered by them? If he engages in the battle, there are only two outcomes. Either he's going to win or he's going to lose. If the sons of Dhritarashtra were to die, then he would not care to live because after all they were his cousins. So Arjuna surrenders to the Supreme Lord. Samudha chetaha. Samudha chetaha means I'm confused in my heart. Arjuna gets completely confused about his duty. And he says, now I'm confused about my duty and I've lost all composure because of my miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. I'll read to you the purport to this verse by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I'm also going to read to you in the middle some selected purports by Srila Prabhupada. In nature's own way, the complete system of natural activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that sometimes blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. So, basically, that is a reality. Forest fire. A forest fire starts without anybody desiring it, isn't it? You don't have to start a forest fire. The trees collide, the forest fire starts. So basically, there is nothing but anxiety and turmoil in material existence. And unfortunately, even in the presence of this perplexity and turmoil, we tend to believe that we are in a very comfortable position. And hence, we don't want to search for the remedy. Like Prahlad Maharaj, the great sage, has said, Nate vidum swarta gatim hi vishnum duras e bhayat arthamanina. Prahlad Maharaj says, the problem of society is that they do not know how happiness can be found. And they just try to convert a position of distress to a position of comfort. So Prahlad Maharaj is lamenting at the attempts of the society to convert a position of distress to a position of comfort. So the point is that there is perplexity. And the Vedic wisdom advises us that in order to solve the perplexities of life, one must approach a perfect personality who has no other interest but self-realization for guidance. So Arjuna is completely confused, and Arjuna is claiming that there is no way he can drive away his grief. So Arjuna was very sad. Parantapaha. Parantapa means chastiser of enemy. So Arjuna has approached whom? The chastiser of enemy, Krishna. In other words, he has gone to the proper authority for guidance. So when the Supreme Lord saw that finally Arjuna has surrendered to him for guidance, he was very, very happy. Because Arjuna has at least recognized his inability to decide what to do. And so Arjuna has approached the proper authority. So Krishna says, those who are wise, they lament neither for the living nor the dead. For example, in the society we live, it is very normal for us to cry when somebody dies, isn't it? When one of our relatives is smiling, even if he's a drunkard, a womanizer, a meat eater, we are smiling, we are happy. But the moment he leaves the body, we all tend to cry. Even if we don't want to cry, it's a custom, you must cry. Okay, but what's the point in crying when the soul has left the body? Actually, we should cry when the person is still alive and is misusing the body. That is the time to cry. There is no point in crying after the soul has left the body. Your crying is not going to achieve anything. Just like it's another custom is to decorate the dead body. When the man dies, they decorate the body. Like in the Western countries, funeral homes are one of the biggest businesses. When the person dies, they dress him up. They do so much of makeup that they can't even recognize the person after they do the makeup. So they do so much of makeup because they want to bury the body with the impression that the person died smiling. So what Krishna is saying, that those who are wise, they do not lament. Our lamentation is due to our identification with the body. Our lamentation is due to what is known as skin disease. In Sanskrit it is known as kripana, a miserly man. Just like a miserly man is one who may have money but he doesn't know how to use the money, isn't it? He likes to see the money just stay in the bank. That's a miserly man. So similarly, the Vedas explain that one who has this human body actually is a very wealthy man. But if that wealthy man does not use his body to get free from the cycle of birth and death, such a person is considered to be a miserly man. So the Vedas conclude that one who does not utilize the human life for the purpose of self-realization is actually a kripana or miserly man. So Krishna starts off by presenting the philosophy of the soul by first pointing out that both he, Arjuna, and Krishna are eternal.